Hello, everyone. Today is Words for Building Character number 7. Stay away from those who laugh at faith. Words for Building Character number 7. Stay away from those who laugh at faith. Thank you, Lord God. All right. So what came to my mind is, first, I don't think he means that don't do missionary work. Right? That's pretty obvious. If the people around you don't believe in faith, or who makes fun of people who are religious or who have faith in God, that doesn't mean that you should give up on missionary work and stay away from them and don't be friends with them. That's giving up on love. That's totally wrong. So that's not what he means, obviously. But what I was thinking, what he meant here is, first thing that came to my mind is, you know how we are living in an internet era, and you can gain a lot of information from the internet, especially like videos, like on YouTube, for an example. And on YouTube, unfortunately, as you probably already know, there's a lot of channels that's labeling happy science as a cult. And there's this really kind of nasty and kind of freaky videos that I've seen, and it's totally false. Right? It's not like they're members of Happy Science. They're just trying to grow their subscribership by trying to portray Happy Science as something weird and cult-like. But it's absolutely not true. And so you can get all this sort of misinformation, mistaken information on the YouTube these days. And some people say that they watch it on purpose so that they can be on a neutral stance to be able to see Happy Science correctly. But to be honest, I mean, if your faith is strong enough, and if you need to debunk people who are being brainwashed by that sort of mistaken information, yes, it might be good to watch it so that you at least know what's being said, so that you will know what sort of mistaken thoughts are out there, or mistaken views of Happy Science that are out there. However, I think it's one thing that's very important is information comes with the energy of that person. And when you align your thoughts with a certain energy, and then you can also be possessed. And then you can start unnoticingly start thinking in the wrong way. That's something that we really need to be careful about. So make sure your faith is strong and that you've studied the teachings enough to be able to rationally criticize and to point out the flaws in their mistaken ideologies. Then I think it's fine to be able to see it. But going back to today's words, stay away from those who laugh at faith. Master came out saying this, so to a certain extent, I think in order to keep our sanctuary of the mind peaceful and connected and aligned to the Lord, it's not good to immerse yourself too much in that sort of information. That's the way I took it. Also, being friends. So that's the internet information. But the second thing that came to my mind is what sort of friends you make. And if the people around you, if your friends are too anti-religious or anti-faith, anti-spiritual, too worldly, too secular, then it's actually safe to keep, it might be a good idea to keep a safe distance. Keep them at an arm's length until yourself, your understanding of the truth and your faith, again, becomes strong enough. Because what I observe a lot is a lot of the people, especially new members, come to me with certain doubt towards Happy Science. And then when I listen to them carefully, it's actually not the doubt that they have, but it's something that they were told while they're doing missionary work, and they weren't able to debunk, or they weren't able to point out and correct that mistaken thought. And because they weren't able to point that out, that doubt the other person that the person the other had, the doubt that the other person had, kind of becomes their doubt. And then when I started talking to them, I'll be like, is that your doubt, or is that something that someone else told you and you weren't able to answer correctly? And then a lot of the times they answer, oh, Minister Yushi, you're right. It's not my doubt, but it was something that was told or I saw on the internet, and I wasn't able to organize my thoughts. I was like, yeah, I thought so, because I've been through that too. So, going back to today's sentence, I think it's just a matter of how much, our mind is here, right? If I were to depict our mind as like this round ball here, our mind, our souls are right here. I think it's just the question of how much time you take to put in light and to do missionary work. There has to be a balance of taking in light, praying, meditating, studying the truth, going to the temple, talking with Dharma friends, that time, and how much you do missionary work. There's a balance for each person, how much that you can take. Because missionary work means that you are using energy. So you have to recharge. And if you use too much without recharging, unfortunately, bad things can occur in many different ways. So, yeah, those were the thoughts that came to my mind. I thought this was like the teaching of wisdom, of how to protect our faith so that we can continue this faith correctly and so that we can continuously give love correctly to other people. So those are the thoughts that came to my mind. What did you think? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for tuning in, and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.